Have you ever felt like you're always running on empty? Like your time and energy belong to everyone but you? It's a feeling I know all too well, and I think it's something so many of us can relate to. In a world that glorifies being busy, boundaries often feel like a luxury. But I've come to realize they've not. They are a necessity. And today, I want to talk about why setting boundaries is one of the most powerful forms of self-care we can practice. Let's face it, the pace of life today is relentless. The endless notifications, the expectation to always be available, the pressure to say yes to everything that comes your way. It's overwhelming. It's no wonder so many of us feel drained, stuck in a cycle of giving, and giving some more. But here's the truth. If you don't protect your energy, no one else will. Now, for the longest time, I believed that boundaries were about shutting people out. I thought they were a sign of selfishness, something that would make me seem difficult or unkind. And I know personally that lots of people used to look at me like that. But what I didn't realize is that boundaries aren't about creating distance from others. They were about creating space for yourself. Think about it this way. Every time you say yes to something you don't have the capacity for, you're saying no to yourself. And over time, those little no's add up. Whether it's your health, your happiness, or your peace of mind. For example, how many times have you said yes to staying late at work, even though your body was begging for rest? Or maybe agreed to a social event when all you wanted was a quiet evening at home? Trust me, I've been there and I've done it quite a lot of times. And let me tell you, it's a fast track to burnout. But here's what I've learned over time. Setting boundaries is not about building walls. It's about drawing a map of how you want to be treated. It's about showing others and yourself what's important to you. I remember the first time I set a clear boundary, I was terrified. All I was thinking was how people would respond to me, how people would react towards me. I thought people would think I was rude or ungrateful because that's the common perception that we feel. The people are so used to being agreed and said yes that, if we act the opposite way, it comes as a surprise for most of them. But you know what? When I tried it for the first time, of actually setting my boundary and being very clear on it, I received the exact opposite reaction. People started respecting me more. They started understanding and accepting the boundaries that I have defined for myself. Because you know what? When you're clear about your limits, you're not just taking care of yourself. You're teaching others how to interact with you in a way that's healthy and respectful. Of course, it's not always easy, and the first time it's always hard, and you're going to dread the fact of actually having to say it out loud. Some people might push back, especially if they've been used to you saying yes all the time. You're surely gonna lose some people along this process. But in my opinion, that's okay. The people who truly value you will understand. And the ones who don't, maybe they weren't meant to stay in your life in the first place. So why bother? You know what's interesting? When you start setting boundaries, you begin to notice all the ways life improves. You sleep better because you're not staying up late stressing about things that don't matter. You feel more energized because you're spending your time on things that actually fulfill you. And most importantly, you feel more at peace. But boundaries aren't just about the big things. Sometimes it's the small, everyday choices that make the biggest difference. Like turning off your phone during dinner to fully enjoy the meal, or blocking out 10 minutes of quiet time before bed to reflect on your day. These little moments, they add up. And here's the thing. Boundaries don't just protect your time, they also protect your energy, your creativity, and your mental health. They're like invisible armor, shielding you from the chaos of the world so you can focus on what truly matters. Take a moment to think about this. Where in your life do you need more boundaries? Maybe it's at work where you find yourself saying yes to every project, even when your plate is full. Or maybe it's in your personal life where you've been giving too much to relationships that don't give back. Wherever it is, I want you to remember this. It's okay to prioritize yourself. Because when you start showing up for yourself, you show up better for everything and everyone else in your life. And trust me, that's not selfish. It's necessary. So here's my challenge for you today. Take one small step towards setting a boundary. It doesn't have to be anything dramatic, just something simple, like scheduling a few minutes of uninterrupted time for yourself, or saying no to one thing that doesn't align with your priorities. Start doing it today. And remember, boundaries aren't about limitation. They're about liberation. They free you to live a life that feels good and not just busy. As I head out the door, I want you to leave with this. Your time and energy are precious. Protect them, respect them, and most importantly, use them to create a life that reflects who you truly are. You're worth it. Every moment you protect your peace is a moment you reclaim your power. Don't forget to subscribe for more reflections to inspire a day. Wishing you all the balance and joy you deserve. Bye!